Hey, wanted to make a video about this upgraded bass guitar station. We're still using the Red DI for our tube amplification, but what we've got kind of going on here is some effects and some tone shaping. I'll kind of run through the pedal board. So we'll go in here on our little volume here, forward for full volume, back for no volume. The volume goes straight into here, our Line 6 HX stop. So we'll have this pretty much turned on, but if it's ever turned off for you, there's a little power switch on the back next to the power cable. You flip that on and the HX stomp will start booting up. And we have a certain preset that we really like, this one right here, which is the DC pedal board 35C. And I have it taped on the side right here if you ever get lost or move to a different preset and you don't know where it is. 35C. It's just taped on the side. So with the HX Stomp, this is a multi-effects unit, also amp modeling. It can do a ton of different things. And what is going on inside this, we have a noise gate on this specifically. And you can kind of see the chain of what's kind of going on. So if I scroll to the next one, we're having the signal split to do different ways because we have this octaver and different stuff that's going on. We have like a pitch modulation, a fuzz, and then we can see that the routing comes back into itself. And we got some filter, some distortion, and then a couple amp simulators. So you have an amp and a cab simulation, and it comes out of this guy into the Red DI, and so it comes out of this cable and follows back to the Red DI. Controlling this, we have this little guy. This is a external foot switch. I have it kind of marked with two different pieces of tape. So with this right here, this is the tuner. If you hold this down, the HX Stomp is actually going to turn into a tuner, so it's going to cut the signal feed, and you can be able to tune with this. It's a pretty decent tuner. And so you can be able to use that when you're tuning. You click this again to be able to turn that off. And then this right here is a page turner. So on the HX Stomp, it's a multi-effects unit. It can do a lot of different things. Specifically, these buttons are to turn on and off different sounds, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But this right here is to kind of flip through pages. So I'll press that in a second, but you'll see this little white bar kind of move about when I hit this page turn. So watch it kind of move. It starts going to the right and it cycles through. So the first one is the stop page. These are actually the sounds and the manipulation of the pedals. The next page is like the preset page, so you can go up and down different presets. Let's say if we ever got to the point where we were going to make presets for songs, specifically for that like certain sound we want to get specifically for that sound, you can be able to hit that and start hitting these for different presets, because this just flips the page and it reassigns what these do for that page. Hit it again, it opens up another way to be able to go through presets to 3 different ones on bank 35. There's an A1, B1, and a C1. Hit it again, and there's snapshots, which is something specifically with the HX Stomp. There's an ability to create snapshots or slight changes to a preset, but we won't go into details about that. Like I said earlier, on this page right here, it shows the different tones that we have on here. So I really like DC pedal board because the way that David Curran set this guy up is he has 3 stages of a little more grit and body that sounds really cool on the bass guitar. So the first one here is the micro synth. Very popular in modern worship. It's this really cool micro. It's to model an actual micro synth pedal. So he did a really good job kind of emulating that. This is something that you can use. You'll find that it's pretty gritty, pretty electronic-y. When a song is huge and you feel like you want something gnarly that sounds really cool on it, but it keeps the low end, this is something really cool. And then here we have grit and more grit. So how these ones kind of operate together is when you click this one in, it brings in a little bit of distortion on the bass guitar. So if we're getting big into a song and you want the bass to kind of have a little bit more oomph to it, you can hit this. And then you can be able to tap this while this one is on to get a little bit more grit. So you can hit that, and what ends up happening is it changes the distortion to get a little bit more out of it. The thing about these two, though, is grit needs to be turned on for more grit to work, because more grit is affecting this pedal. Last but not least, this is the synth sustain pedal. We're going to go over that in a different video, but this is to engage the sustain for that pedal there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to have you guys check it out when you're scheduled. Feel free to kind of mess with some stuff and see how you like it. We definitely want your feedback on it. I think it will be something really good. It's really going to enhance our bass guitar tone, give us a little bit more flavors to work with. Hope you guys really enjoy it.